Hi folks, and welcome to another episode of Secondhand Stuff I Got, and boy have I quite the loot for you this time. Spring is obviously hitting the car boot sales, and people are spring cleaning and emptying their attic and finding all sorts of really cool stuff. Here you can actually see there's a copy of Grand Theft Auto on PSP. Unfortunately, it was missing the disc inside. It was the wrong disc inside, but I picked up quite a good amount of PS2 games from this guy. He also had a Wii Fit board that I picked up for €5, but I haven't included it in this video for a space reason, because there's a lot of stuff there. But the first one was Crazy Taxi. He wanted €1 for that. Actually, all the games were €1. I think I got a deal overall for everything. So Crazy Taxi, and I used to play this game a lot when I was a kid, and it's just great to find it again. Time Crisis 2, also I've played this a lot when I was younger. I don't have the gun controller, but I'm sure I'll find one in time. There was Devil May Cry 3. Actually, I've played 1 and 2. I haven't played 3. I'm not sure. I think there's a lot of people discussing which one is the best. I'm not sure which one is the best Devil May Cry, but I'll try it. I think I like the Devil May Cry series anyway. There was a number of Tekken game as well. These two were the only ones that actually had either the CD or the CD was in good condition. So there was Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag Tournament in the lot, so I took that as well. I like the Tekken series, although my favorite probably are the PS1 Tekken, Tekken 3 especially. So it's just cool to find. Prince of Persia, I played that a lot on the PC, and I actually finished it without a controller, which is no mean feat. I haven't played the PS2 version, but I love this game. It's probably the best of the series as well. The Prince of Persia one, I didn't care for the other ones. And Mario Kart in the lot. There was a Wii stuff in it, the Wii Fit board. Like I said, I got that for €5. It was just really cool to find all this. I think it all came to about something like €12, something like that. So there was a few more PS2 games that I didn't include in there. There was another guy actually with a PSP. He wasn't sure if it was working, and he wanted €5 for it. So I just took a chance. If it's not working, fine. I can fix it if it's just a screen. But in it was the CD of God of War, Chains of Olympus. Really cool game. I like the God of War series as well. So that was a nice surprise. So €5, I'll take it. And there was another vendor as well with a PS1. Do you know what? I looked for one of these for years. I couldn't find one, not at a good price anyway. And I found 3 in the last year alone. One of them was NTSC, so it's really cool. And as we were about to leave, my wife called me over and said I might be interested in another guy that I actually hadn't seen. So she was delighted that she spotted, and I didn't. But he had a few boxes and PC boxes, but in it was William Shatner's TekWar. He had a few of these discs. They're actually still sealed. And really, really odd to find. I haven't played TekWar. I probably won't, because, well, it's William Shatner's TekWar. It's exactly what you'd expect. Another one was Chrono Master. I haven't heard of this one, but I'm really curious because it's done by Eidos, and knowing them from Amiga days, they do a lot of really cool stuff. So again, sealed, and this one, Buried in Time, which is the Chrono Master is kind of an adventure game, and this one is sort of a point and click Myst type of game. Not my type of game, but it's just really cool to find, especially sealed. So I actually don't know if I want to open them or not. I probably will, because there's not much real value in those sealed games here. And I'm making some room here, you'll notice, because he had also a couple of big box PC games and softwares. Most of them I didn't pick up, but I actually picked up a couple. The first one was the Orion Conspiracy. If you don't know this game, it's a fantastic sort of point and click type of game, very much like the LucasArts or Sierra type of games, and it's got beautiful graphics. And look at that, it's complete in the box. It's got the box insert and the beautiful. It's pristine condition as well. I don't think it's been played or opened. It has the small comic in it, which actually explains the beginning of the game, the what happened to the main character before. And you're a father going to your son's funeral. That's pretty much how the game starts, and you find out that you may not have died of natural causes, obviously. The manual actually has a lot of extra background stories on technology and that kind of stuff, and then a small part actually on installing the games and controls. But you know, you don't find that in games anymore. They're called collector editions now. That actually had a small bag in it as well to seal, and a couple of posters, which are really, really cool. Again, you just don't find that in games nowadays. Just cool advertisement like that. There are many posters, these things. So it's just really cool to find, you know. And the other one was some tank game that it's just not my type of game, but it's just really cool to find. Yeah, not my type of game at all, but anyway, I'll take it. I'll skip this one, keep that for later afterwards. It's got all the registration stuff and the one sheet help leaflet that a lot of games at this time had. So that's really cool. I'm going to play this game for sure. That's really. But look at that. It's a sealed envelope that says warning, open, or whatever. I can't read with this, but essentially it's got 25% of the game explained, and it says open this envelope only if you're stuck in the game. That's really cool. So I'm definitely not going to open this, especially not with internet now if I'm stuck. But look at that, CD is complete. I'm pretty sure that has never been played. Yeah, that's just really cool to find. I love the envelope. I'm curious to find out what's inside, but I don't want to open the envelope. It's just too cool to have. So there you Orion Conspiracy, and there was another game in it. Unfortunately, there's a sad story to the why this guy had all these games. It was his brother who'd unfortunately passed, and they found that in his room. But the other game was Frontier Elite 2 Frontier. Sorry, Frontier Elite 2. If you haven't played Frontier Elite, it's one of the precursor to a lot of these space games. It's a really, really cool space trading game, and I played that actually not on the PC but on the Amiga, and it was just so immersive at the time. It fits on one floppy disk. It's scary, but it was really cool. It was really cool. It's the ancestor of Frontier Elite that's just out recently. Actually, I don't think it's out yet. It's still in beta, isn't it? Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, but it comes with a lot of these books, this tree manual of sorts. This is a description of all the planets and economy and trade and that kind of stuff. Well, actually, not all the planets, some of the main planets. The other book is short stories based in the world of Elite. Just really, really cool. And again, I don't think that's been opened or even read. I mean, the edges are pristine. I very much doubt the guy actually opened the box or played the game or even read the book at all. And this is the manual, and what a manual. Look at that. There's so much stuff in there. It's really cool to find. It's great. Three manuals. I mean, again, you don't find that anywhere these days. It has the map as well, and boy, what a map. I mean, so all these dots are planets you can visit. Wow. Yeah, I didn't have, I don't think my version on the Amiga was a legal version, if you get my drift, so it's just cool to have it finally after all these years. So that's another one I'm gonna boot and start up. I'll probably need a DOS box for this because I don't have an old IBM PC type. But yeah, really cool to find. So like I said, there was an unfortunate story about these 5 last games. It was somebody passing away. He had also a couple of other boxes, other PC games and softwares that I didn't pick up because I either had them or had no interest in them, and just more than happy to leave them for somebody else to pick up. But I actually found a lot more. I'll put a picture here, but there was a Wii accessories and PSX controllers, and I picked up a monitor as well for my my MSX. I wanted a monitor where I could try different inputs, and then there was also a PS3 that was sold as non-working, and I actually picked that for €10, and I got it working kind of. It worked for a while, and it's actually fried again. So, but again, for €10, I took a chance. But I'm just happy with what I found. And I'll leave at the end the intro to the Orion Conspiracy, because it's a really cool game. Do check it out, and do try and play it if you can, or if you find it for cheap, because it's a really, really cool and beautiful game.